I gave you my heart.
Hey guys, guess what day it is? It's Friday! And guess who made it to Friday? We all did. Well, I found a really cool story on YouTube this morning when I was getting ready for work, when I was sitting having coffee. I found a story about a man named John Helinski who lived in Tampa, Florida. He was a homeless man in a cardboard box. He lived there. He was pretty much invisible. For 3 years, he survived homeless on the streets. And then a police officer and somebody else, maybe a couple police officers, decided to try to help him. So they helped him get his birth certificate and social security card. And guess what? They found out. He found out that he had a bank account with enough money in it to put down for property, to buy a home. Isn't that such a great story? Oh, I just wanted to cry when I saw the video on YouTube. It just broke my heart, made me so happy. It's like sometimes when we get in this state of mind where we just think everything's gonna be bad and we have no hope for ourselves, and I don't think that our mind will let us go to a place that positive things can happen for us. When we lose hope, we don't think of things that could happen for us that could be really, really good. Like, for example, this homeless man. I don't think that he ever once thought that he had a bank account full of money in it. He had social security checks, money depositing in his account, building up and building up after years. So I think that's pretty cool, and that's a lesson for all of us, that even when things, look bad, even when you don't have anything at all, you could be homeless on the street, that there's always tomorrow, there's always the next day, and something really awesome and amazing could happen for you. And I think that we just need to remember that. Don't ever, ever lose hope. Don't ever lose hope, because there is something that could be amazing that can happen for you. So remember that. I'll go ahead and read this story for you. With the help of a cop and a homeless shelter case manager, John Helinski, 62, discovered a forgotten bank account that he had been collecting Social Security disability benefits for years. He told ABC News today. Helinski is looking forward to having a place of his own to call home, and thankful for the help he has received, he added. Helinski's personal identifying documents and ID were stolen and lost while he was out on the streets. As an officer, the bread and butter of my work often involves hopping department to department, trying to find homeless people, find the ID they need in order to get things like work and housing, McDonald said. It's unclear how Helinski became homeless, but Helinski did say he was born in Poland as a U.S. citizen because his mother was a U.S. citizen just visiting. Helinski added he believed he had Social Security number and benefits. He thought it was canceled, McDonald said. First, I drove him personally to the local tax collector's office, where he was able to get a temporary state of Florida ID card. Using a temp ID, McDonald was able to help Helinski order his birth certificate from the U.S. State Department's Bureau of Consular Affairs, he said. With temporary ID, we went to the Social Security office, and I just walked up to them and said, "This man used to have benefits. Can you help us?" McDonald said. It turned out Helinski had always been receiving benefits. Woohoo! Lucky! And he just wasn't aware because he lost his debit card and had no access to his bank account, McDonald said. McDonald then drove Helinski to his old bank, where they found his account, which had still been collecting pension money over time, he said, and since he now has temporary ID card, he could get access to the account. Wow! He's able to get permanent housing. He didn't want to disclose the amount in his bank account, but I'm going to tell you, it was probably a good amount he put down for a home. Because police aren't always just there to arrest you. They, do help, but you don't hear those stories on the news, do you? You don't hear about police officers helping people, and, you mostly hear about them beating somebody up or, in trouble for sexual harassment or something. It's just ridiculous. You need to put more good stuff on the news, because I want to hear stories like this. This is what I like. I like stories like this. It makes you feel good, and feeling good's awesome. And when we feel good, we do good things, and we think good in our minds and our hearts, and that's what we need. We need to feel good. I think that in life, when bad things happen to us, we just lose hope of everything, and we don't even have that idea that maybe one day something good will happen to me, because we get so used to with those thoughts repeating over and over again, that my life is no good, I'm no good, this bad thing happened to me. And some of us, go to the extreme of doing something that we can't take back because we lose hope. So my advice to you is never, ever, ever lose hope. There's always going to be something around that corner that may surprise you. And God's always watching out for you. He really is. He's watching out for all of us. Even though sometimes it doesn't seem like He is, He really is. And it might just be a test, So you just keep on going. Keep on going. It makes you stronger inside. It makes you fight harder. It really does. Okay. You see these necklaces that I have? I actually bought these on, look how long this is. It's from 1950. It's like I don't even know if it's glass, but it's like an old 1950s beads, necklaces. But I got these from an estate sale on eBay. And it's old jewelry from, people who sell them. And they, it's called like dresser drawer jewelry. And I found it on the estate. I'm not saying that they passed away. I don't even know, but I just love this jewelry. I love it, and I love the 1950s, because they don't make them obviously anymore, because it's not 1950. But you don't see these pieces anymore. They're just so elegant. I love them. I love them. I love them. So I wanted to share that. I bought they came in a big box, just a whole box of different, jewelry, different necklaces and earrings, and it's just lovely. I love doing that. So you can find actually estate sales on eBay, and they're awful fun to do, and they're great. All right, got my coconut water. I wonder if this comes in a bigger size. I love coconut water. I love it. But I don't like it warm. I don't like coconut water warm. It's just not, it's gross. All right, guys, that does it for me. I thought that story was amazing. I wanted to share it with you because I know that there are other people who would just love to hear that story, because it's a great story. It gives us hope for, a better tomorrow. And it gives us hope for the future, and I want everybody to have hope and never ever lose hope, because that just goes to show you that things can turn around just like that. Okay, let's see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.